Tom Brady rocked the NFL world by announcing his retirement on February 1st after 22 years in the game. But a little over a month later, he went back on his decision and has announced his return to the NFL, which has fans going, "What? Where? When? How?" Well, keep watching to find out. So, why retire if you're Tom Brady? Sure, everyone knew Brady would be 45 by the start of the 2022 NFL season. The experienced quarterback, on the other hand, was coming off a season in which he led the NFL in passing yards, 5,316, and passing touchdowns, 43, while also being a top contender for MVP. What makes him think he should retire now? Brady led the Buccaneers to a Super Bowl championship in 2020 and the NFC South title the previous season. During his 20-year tenure with the New England Patriots, he and coach Bill Belichick won 6 Super Bowls. Brady evidently pondered those similar concerns throughout his retirement. That's what prompted him to reconsider just 40 days after putting up his cleats. The 7-time Super Bowl winner revealed his decision on Twitter and Instagram, claiming he has unfinished business. So, how did Brady arrive at the idea that he should return? Next, how he came to the decision. Well, as he explained to ESPN, there were 2 major considerations that affected his choice. He knew his body, physiologically, could still do what it could do, and he clearly still has a passion for the game, and he believes he always will have a love for the game. He believes he'll be able to achieve it physically. He said, "I simply felt like there was still room for me on the pitch." Brady made a snap choice during his brief retirement. He discussed his comeback with Buccaneers officials, including then-coach Bruce Arians, before opting to return. Arians left the team shortly after Brady's comeback, returning to the front office and giving over the coaching reins to Todd Bowles. The way the Buccaneers' playoff run ended was a motivating factor in Brady's decision. Brady was irritated by the Patriots' 30-27 loss in the NFC divisional game against the eventual Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams. Brady explained that at the end of the day, he simply loved the competition on the field, and last year was a really harsh conclusion to a season, and they need to make a lot of changes and try to improve and put themselves in a better position to succeed moving ahead. Not an unexpected return. Tom Brady's retirement lasted 40 days as he announced on Sunday that he will return to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for his 23rd season in the NFL. Brady's reappearance is not entirely unexpected. "I'm just going to take things as they come," he remarked a week after originally announcing his retirement in February. That, I believe, is the finest way to describe it, and I don't believe anything else, because you never say never. He also maintained close ties with the Buccaneers, and Cristiano Ronaldo asked him in an Instagram story on Saturday if he was sure his career was over. Brady's reaction could not be heard, but the expression on his face hinted that a return was possible. What does this mean for the Bucs? Brady's comeback had a significant influence on the Buccaneers. Initially, it appeared as if cornerback Carlton Davis, center Ryan Jensen, and running back Leonard Fournette would all join elsewhere in free agency. Instead, the trio returned to the Buccaneers, who were also able to re-sign Chris Godwin and add Russell Gage to their receiving corps. These changes should help Tampa Bay remain competitive in what seems to be a weaker NFC. Brady's toughest challenge next season, though, may still come from within his own squad. The Buccaneers are above the salary cap by $11 million, and important players such as Rob Gronkowski, Leonard Fournette, and Ndamu Kong Su are all ready to become free agents. Perhaps more crucially, the offensive line that so effectively shielded Brady and Tampa might be badly depleted. Ali Marpet, a former Pro Bowl left guard, announced his retirement last month at the age of 28, while right guard Alex Kappa is set to hit free agency, almost ready to say goodbye. Though he intends to return in 2022 and feels physically capable of doing so, he is aware that he may not be able to play for much longer. After all, he will be 45 in August. Brady explained that he is aware he doesn't have much time left. He knows he's nearing the end of his career. He said he wishes he could carry on forever, but he can't because football today comes at too great a cost. As his children are growing older, it's becoming increasingly difficult for him to miss these important events in his life. But he wanted to offer himself, his colleagues, and his company another tremendous chance to accomplish something that they could all be very proud of. Last season, the 44-year-old Brady showed little symptoms of being hampered by his age. In 2021, he led the NFL in yards passing, 5,316, touchdowns, 43, completions, 485, and attempts, 719. But the Buccaneers fell in the divisional round at home to the Los Angeles Rams. The Buccaneers should still win the NFC South next season, though that might change if the Carolina Panthers complete a deal for 3-time Pro Bowl quarterback Deshaun Watson, whose immediate future is in doubt owing to legal issues. Now, in other NFL news, Saquon Barkley ready to shut down the haters. Saquon Barkley claims he's back and eager to prove he's still a top running back. Barkley talked to the media on Wednesday, the opening day of the Giants' first voluntary training camp of the summer. After a poor previous few seasons, the running back stated that he's eager to show the naysayers and the franchise that recruited him him that he can still contribute in the same way he did early in his career. Barkley, who was selected number 2 overall by New York in 2018, stormed into the spotlight in his rookie season, collecting over 1,300 running yards and 2,000 total yards. He was selected to his first Pro Bowl and was voted AP NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. However, injuries have prevented Barkley from producing the type of numbers he did in his first season. Barkley was sidelined with a damaged ankle in 2019, then an ACL rupture in 2020, and most recently, an ankle issue last season. In 2021, the Penn State graduate rushed for 593 yards and 2 touchdowns, a far cry from his spectacular 2018 season. While Barkley remains one of the most noteworthy players in the Giants organization, General Manager Joe Schoen fueled suspicion in March that New York was willing to move him when he told reporters at the NFL Scouting Combine that, "I'm open to anything." Co-owner John Mara later explained the team's position, claiming that while they had gotten some inquiries regarding Barkley, they were not aggressively marketing him. Jarvis Landry ready to commit? Jarvis Landry is still one of the most visible free agents in the NFL, but his situation might change soon. According to NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport, Landry will pay a visit to the New Orleans Saints on Wednesday. Landry was released by the Cleveland Browns in March when a contract renegotiation could not be reached and a trade never happened. He landed at number 26 on NFL.com's top 101 list of free agents and has remained there. The Saints are a receiver-needy team that's hoping to welcome Michael Thomas after he missed the entire season due to an ankle injury, but they also have a slew of other problems. Marquez Callaway, Traquan Smith, and Lil Jordan Humphrey are all expected to return, but none of them stood up in Thomas's absence in 2021, and Landry would be a significant upgrade. Landry, who is still just 29 years old, has 5 Pro Bowl appearances, 2 seasons with 100 receptions, and 3 seasons with 1,000 yards. He appeared in at least 15 games each of his first 7 seasons, before missing 5 due to injury in 2021. Landry has left for New Orleans. The issue now is whether he'll sign on and stay there. Frank Reich sees no need for improving his team's wide receiver. The Indianapolis Colts have improved the majority of their squad this summer, with the exception of one position, wide receiver. While Indy hasn't contributed to the receiving room, which is in desperate need of a sidekick for Michael Pittman Jr., Coach Frank Reich indicated Wednesday that he doesn't see the obvious need that others do. Outside of Pittman, the Colts have former second-round pick Paris Campbell, who has 34 career catches, newly re-signed Ashton Dulin, who has 18 career catches, Kiki Kuti, who has 84 career catches, but 83 of them came in Houston, with just 1 grab last year in 2 games played in Indy. DeMichael Harris, who has 10 career catches, all in 2020, Desmond Patman, who has 2. That's 150 career receptions from the Colts receivers who aren't Pittman, with more than half of those coming from QT in Houston. Reich can speak about potential until he's blue in the face, but until one of those young players comes up or the Colts add to their receiving core, there will be doubts. Indy might be a perfect destination for unhappy 49ers receiver Deebo Samuel, who is asked to be traded. Samuel would be a fantastic match in Reich's attack, providing Matt Ryan with a target that can win over the middle. However, the lack of a first-round pick this year may render trade speculation irrelevant. There's also the option of selling future selections, but Indy will most likely need those to find its next quarterback, since Ryan is set to be 37. That's a wrap for this video. See you in the next one.